Hey everybody, it's Chris, GearNoir on the Shaving Cadre. Monday morning. Well, actually it's closer to noon. Bit of a little late shave here. Well, let's get this going. I got some Jeeves of Hudson Street Turkish bath. Of course, the favorite synth in the den, Razorock Big Bruce. Gonna finish it up with some Captain's Choice Venture Aventus clone. And I've got, of course, the February 1 blade challenge for the month, Gillette Tech. That's not necessarily part of the challenge, but it's the razor I've been using for the most part with a feather blade in the razor. That is the challenge. Try to use it all month. Hope you're all off to a great start for the week. Mine has been a start. I don't know about great. It's Monday. The kiddos are home. They're playing games right now. Still no chip challenge. Sorry, gentlemen. And whoever sent that to me. Still don't know who. I have suspicions that it was either Spider, Dave from Kentucky, or John the Monkey, one of those dudes, I'm guessing. Loading up some Jeeves of Hudson Street here. This is their Turkish bath, or what has since been rebranded. I don't even know if they're still in business anymore. They might be, I haven't checked, but it was rebranded as Barbershop. So this is the older version. Interesting weekend. Had some good downtime yesterday. After morning services, it was kind of fiasco in the morning. Yesterday was our Upward Sunday, where that annual basketball program we have kind of gets recognized. We invite all the players and their families to come to service and be recognized. And after the second service, we open the gym up a little quicker and invite everyone to play some basketball and shoot hoops and have pizza. And so I got home at a normal time from work, getting things ready for Sunday. This is on Saturday night. I got home at a normal time. But we stayed up a little bit because the evenings, Saturday morning, I kind of get to hang out with the family, but evenings are really the only time the missus and I get to hang out together. That's pretty good. And so we stay up a little bit, usually till around midnight, catching up, hanging out, which is nice. And Saturday night, we decided, we'll just do the second service. We can skip waking up early and get into the first, because we really didn't have a reason to be there unless we wanted to go to both services. The major adult Bible study program that's going on right now is a series that we really haven't been involved in at all. It's the second part of a series, a huge series actually. They did the first half in the latter part of last year, 2019. It's called Casket Empty. They did the Old Testament. It was kind of like a super overview of all the scriptures. This is the Christian Bible. And last month as we got into the swing of things again. For the new year, they've started the New Testament. It's a pretty long study series. But we haven't been partaking in that, so, and because there's book requirement and some homework stuff that you have to do, and I mean, you could just go and listen, but if you're not gonna go the whole 9 yards, then there's a little bit less of a point to just sitting and listening, because you're missing out on some vital information from not doing the homework or whatever else is involved. But anyway, maybe a different time. But all that to say, we had decided to just do the second service. So we get there Sunday morning to the second service on time, like with 10 minutes to spare before the start of the service. Get the kids off to their groups. The littlest goes to Sunday school. The middle and the older son go to their junior high group. And the missus and I get our coffee and our pastry for the morning, a little Sunday morning goodie. We sit down, we get like a couple songs out, get through some announcements. And one of the announcements is, hey, today's Upward Sunday. Afterward, join us after the service and for some pizza and some basketball. And the missus is like, oh no, I forgot today was Upward Sunday. I was supposed to order plates and napkins and waters for the event. I forgot. Oh my goodness, that's pretty major to have 600 something people at least. Well, maybe not 600. 500 is probably a better number. Present with pizzas in the wing, waiting. Nothing to serve it on, nothing to wash it down. Nothing to wipe your hands on after. So we spent the rest of the service not in the service, but we ran out to a local grocery outlet store and grabbed a couple shopping carts and got the stuff that we needed. Brought it back just in time as service was letting out. Set it up next to the pizzas and it was good to go. And that was that. Thankfully, it got done. I'm sure, except for the gal that was in charge of it, nobody really knew otherwise or knew better. But did get started on my teaching yesterday for Habakkuk chapter 2. And I will be giving to the seniors group on Thursday. Last week I did the first chapter. I'll work some more on that today in the middle of regular chores. I got a fair chunk done yesterday, just while between chores and while waiting for dinner and while the kids were playing some games. But I still got a little ways to go. Try to get, I know roughly how many words it takes to fill up an hour-long study session. So I try to get an average number done each day, the week following, or the 4 3 to 4 days preceding the teaching time. Just get a little bit done each day so that by the time the day rolls around, I'm done, ready to go. Got my study. I'll have my handout for the group of questions or space to take notes or whatever. So that way I don't have to rush and do it all like a day or two beforehand. I try not to do that. That's highly stressful for me, and I'm not able to think on the content as long as I'd like, and the time crunch makes it harder to conceptualize content and have things flow more smoothly than if I give myself more time. I mean, it's that way for anything, right? Presentations, teachings, papers. If you ever done a college paper and waited till last minute, you know exactly what all that's about. So this feather and tech combo has been working pretty good. Getting better shaves than when I started. The feather seems to be still really sharp. It's smoothed out some, but I found that I never really used feathers in the past as much. When I started out, I used some here and there, but they are very sharp. It does take about 3 or 4 shaves for the feather to really smooth out as much as it can, but it never really feels like it smooths out very well. Instead of, it's sharp, it starts out sharp and kind of harsh actually, and then it just kind of stays sharp and it gets just a tad smoother. It never really reaches comfortable. So like right now, the shave is fine. This is like my 10th shave on the blade. So potentially I have to go another 19 shaves, something like that. I forget how many days are in this particular February. Or it's 28 or 29. Forgot to look. I'm trying not to push it too much. And here I am proving myself a liar. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there. Good shave. The tech does take a little bit more cleanup than like even the Game Changer or something like that, the 0.68, but still a good shave. I'll get mostly BBS. We did watch an interesting movie last night, the missus and I, in our couple time on Netflix. There is a relatively new movie called The Pope, or The Two Popes rather. We sat down to try to figure out what we were going to watch, and the missus had heard that a totally different movie, the Marriage Story or something like that, with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. Was a good movie. A lot of her friends had watched it and given it good reviews, but as soon as she saw the previews, she's like, oh, nope, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it through that movie. She's starting to get a little teary-eyed already, just from the previews. I mean, it looks alright, I guess, but I'm sure we'll catch it at different times. So we decided on the Two Popes instead, which is about the current Pope and the last Pope, Ratzinger, being a, I guess, Western evangelical Christian and not necessarily Catholic. Maybe not as invested in the storyline as what a Western Roman Catholic person of faith might be, but it was a really good movie, actually. Not sure exactly the point it was trying to make. I think maybe to humanize the Pope a little bit more and kind of, in the midst of all the controversies that's come up over the last 10 years, 20 years, kind of peek behind the curtain a little bit in a dramatized way. See that the popes are just as flawed as anybody else. They have their own issues, and here they have this, they said at the time of the movie, 1.2 billion individual following that they have to kind of inspire and lead and hold religious standards for. Essentially a worldwide organization. And some of the struggles they go through, and just as individuals, and the kind of exchange and views that goes on within. And then this friendship, supposedly, that kind of develops between Ratzinger and the new Pope, and as Ratzinger is trying to get out, and he's trying to bring this new Pope in, who he feel, well, I'm not going to ruin it for you. You should just see it. If you're into that kind of thing, you'll want to see it anyway. I mean, it has some religious undertones, of course. It is a movie about popes and Roman Catholicism and world events. But it was presented in a nice way. Overall, a good movie. Finishing up some witch hazel here. And the finishing touch, at least for now, I don't think I'm going to wear any cologne today, since I'm just going to be home and working at the computer. Captain's Choice Venture. Very nice, rich smelling Aventus cologne. Scott did a good job on it. It just doesn't last very long. At least it doesn't project very long. It lasts on the skin a good while, but just doesn't project as much as Fine does or anything. Less peppery than Fine, more pineapple, fruit, but still very nice. All right, and that's that. Join us at www.theshavingcadre.com if you have any questions on your shaves, or you're just getting started, or just looking for places to hang out, quote unquote, on the internet. There's a bunch of good folks there. Plenty of shaving experience with roasting coffee, experience with fountain pens, experience with drinking and smoking of different sorts, like cigars or pipes or anything like that. If you're into that, smattering of different interests there represented, but good group of folks. You can join us there. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you all have a great week, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.